Good afternoon and welcome to Sunway TES live session on Sunway TES ACCA Global Leaders Scholarship. I'm Mr. Teo, the Executive Director of Sunway College. Sunway College is located in Bandar Sunway Campus, Selangor. Before the MCO, the campus housed about 20,000 students. Sunway College have about 13,000 students, and the remaining 7,000 are Sunway University students. Sunway University mainly offered their own diplomas, degree, masters, and PhDs. Whereas Sunway College offers pre-university program, diploma program, training degree, and professional accountancy program under Sunway TES CAE. Sunway TES CAE was accorded the Center for Accountancy Excellence CAE status by government via Permando in 2013. Sunway TES CAE is the only IPTS to help the government to increase the number of professional accountancy graduates for Malaysia. Sunway TES CAE has to date produced 6,663 ACCA affiliates or ACCA graduates, and also produced many world prize winners for Malaysia. So a total of 208 CAT and ACCA world winner. So this means that the students, their marks is the highest in the whole world for the ACCA examination. And ACCA is in 170 countries. And also for Malaysia, Sunway TES has produced 649 Malaysian prize winners. And Sunway TES CAE is the only ACCA approved learning partner outside UK that has successfully achieved 17 consecutive years of platinum status accreditation. This means that for the past 17 years, Sunway ACCA pass rate has surpassed ACCA world pass rate for the ACCA examination. But most importantly, Sunway ACCA graduates are the preferred professional accountancy graduates recruited by the big 5 accounting firm in Malaysia, namely PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, and BDO. So let me introduce the Sunway TES ACCA Global Leaders Scholarship now. But before I go into the detail, before I start, I think firstly I want to congratulate all of you for your great achievement in the SPM result. Well done. This scholarship is for 8As and above achievers. And I was informed that all of you are qualified. And Sunway TES CAE is the only college offering this scholarship together with ACCA, and the only one in the world. This scholarship covers the full waiver of tuition fees from Sunway for CAT program, and the full waiver of examination fees for CAT 9 papers, and the applied skill level, the ACCA skill level 6 papers from ACCA. So this scholarship is a combination of both the Sunway TES and ACCA's in terms of like awarding this special scholarship. I just want to kind of like to explain a bit more. CAT is the foundation program towards the ACCA professional qualification. And CAT comprised of 9-paper examination, and the duration to complete the CAT is 1 year, the duration. And after completed the CAT, you can then progress on to ACCA, the skill level. Effectively is the second level of the ACCA, because ACCA comprise 3 levels: knowledge, and then skill, and then finally the strategic professional level. After completed the CAT, you will progress on to ACCA skill level. Thus, the 3-paper in the knowledge level is exempted by ACCA. So ACCA skill level will have 6 more papers. And finally, the strategic professional level, there are 4 more papers. So in total, you will need to complete 9 CAT papers, 6 applied skill, and 4 strategic professional. So in total, there are 10 ACCA papers. And the total number is actually from CAT and ACCA 16, 19 papers. So I also have with me today, this afternoon, our lecturer, Prof. Farida, who's been teaching both the CAT program and also the ACCA skill level, to join me together in this afternoon session. Hi, Prof.
Okay, I'm Farida. Banyak is Farida, lecturer at Sunway TES, teaching CAT together with ACCA. So I will try to answer question if you need to ask me later.
The question here is, what are the requirements to apply for Sunway TES ACCA Global Leader Scholarship? As I mentioned just now, if you have achieved your SPM 8As and above, then you qualify. So the only requirements is the SPM result, 8As and above. The coverage of the scholarship comprise the full waiver by Sunway in terms of tuition fees for the whole CAT program, the 9 papers, and on ACCA's side, also the full waiver of all the 9 paper examination fees for CAT, and the 6 skill level paper examination fees. So this scholarship actually kind of like have a waiver of the full CAT program, yeah, by both Sunway and ACCA combined. And on the ACCA side, an additional 6 paper in the applied skill level of ACCA. Next intake is July. So it's next month, and the intake date will be on the 13th of July.
Oh, let me answer the question. Basically, you don't have to have accounting background. Even science student also can do well. Yeah, this is only a basic. You can learn from CAT. That's why we have CAT. You don't have to have accounting background, but if you have, it's advantage to you. But when I look at from the other point of view, sometimes students, when they have accounting background, they think that they are better than the others. So they're something like they neglect. Yeah. So I think it's better not to have. They really focus on the subject matter. You don't have to. Yeah.
What other scholarships are available for SPM 7As and below? Sunway, we have the entrance scholarship, yeah, and that's based on the SPM result, and the entrance scholarship, in fact, is actually kind of like varies in terms of the amount based on the number of A's, yeah. If you're saying that 7 A's and below, then yeah, the entrance scholarship that would be available. Then, in addition to that, it will be the community scholarships that is also available for students with 7 A's and below. Yeah. So mainly entrance scholarship and also the community scholarship. How to apply the scholarship? Just have to come to Sunway and register for the July intake. And if you are having achieved 8 A's and above, then automatically you qualify for the SunTES ACCA Global Leader Scholarship. So just have to come to Sunway TES, yeah, or Sunway College here to register, yeah, for the July intake, and you qualify for the scholarship.
Yeah.
A can be A plus, A or A minus, yeah. Are there any assessment that you use for the scholarship? No. So you just have to come to Sunway, apply, yeah, for the CAT July intake. If you have 8 A's and above in your SPM result, you automatically qualify for the scholarship. How do I maintain the scholarship? You just have to make sure that you score 100 marks. Oh, no. You just have to make sure you pass your ACCA papers. Of course, yeah, the important thing is you can achieve a very high mark, good marks, yeah. And, even to kind of like to become prize winners, whether it's highest in Malaysia or highest in the whole world. Yeah. So many Sunway CAT students have able to achieve that. So if you work hard, you study hard, you should be able to do well. So the condition is actually you just have to pass, yeah, all your CAT, the examination, the papers, and you know, you will complete your CAT. But I think I also want to highlight that this Sun test, the ACCA, the Global Leader Scholarship only applies to the CAT program, yeah. But Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumi Putra, the YPPB, yeah, also have the PPAM B, which allows people after completed the CAT to apply to do ACCA, and this is under PPAM B. So once you have completed your CAT program, you can then apply to Yayasan for the scholarship to continue with your ACCA professional study. And the requirement the condition to qualify for the PPMB scholarship is you have to again pass all your CAT paper first attempt. Yeah, so that is not difficult at all, and you must also achieve an average of 65 marks for the 9 CAT papers. And this is also not difficult because most of the scholars and students, they actually score at least 80 and above, 90 or marks. And even, as you say, some, you know, score 100 marks as well. So to achieve these two conditions, first time passes for all papers and 65% average to qualify for PPAB that you can apply to Yayasan later on is not difficult. You can easily achieve this.
Oh, okay, there's something I want to comment. I think there are 9 papers. Of course, there are certain papers that you like the papers, like maybe costing, maybe accounting. So what I advise my student, in order to get the 65 marks above, in order to apply Peneraju, they should score the highest in the paper that they like to do. At least your average is good. Yeah, for example, if my paper is easy to score, you should score so that at least you average out, you get more than 65. Yeah, so we don't want to have a student whereby, oh, if the paper is easy, I don't have to study, I just pass. I think that's not a good idea. You score as much as possible so that your average will be better. Then the chances to get Peneraju scholarship is there. Well, okay. Well, both. Let me answer that one first, Mr. Teo. I think Mr. Teo also has ACCA. I also have ACCA. All right, but different batch. Yeah, he's much my junior. Yeah. Well, of course, sometimes it's difficult to get something which is very expensive. ACCA is expensive. ACCA is a world recognition. You want to be at par, stand with somebody else in the world. So you got to have that qualification. So it's not easy. But to me, it's not something that is impossible to achieve. Yeah. So I know failure is there. I mean, actually, I did tell my students sometimes, if you dare to do ACCA, you dare to fail. But not necessarily you have to fail, right? But what I believe, yeah, to pass ACCA, the work, the amount of work, meaning that you have to work smart. It's not work hard. I don't want to see students say, oh, I studied 8 hours a day. But 8 hours a day, what did you study then? So you got to plan your study. You have to work smart. It's not last minute work. Yeah. So you can do it. Yeah. Failure is there, of course. But you don't listen to people who say, sometimes the person who advised you, the person have not done ACCA, and yet it says it's difficult. You should ask those people who have done it. Yeah. So I think it's achievable provided discipline. Yeah, because you know that as you say, it's like SPM. You have to attend the exam hall 3 hours or 4 hours. The results will be there. It's not from your assessment and so on. But what we help students, we give the assignment, we give the assessment, they come to class, we have more exam and so on. So we prepare for them to sit the exam. From my experience, you can do it. And especially when you have 8 A's, 9 A's, I think nothing. You can study, you can do it. I don't have any A before, and yet I passed. Those days before, lah, yeah. Yeah, you can do it. But discipline is very, very important. And one thing at Sunway, if the class is 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. It's not 8:05. Okay, that's I learned from Sunway. Okay, Mr. Tia.
So just let me add on. Yeah, no doubt that the perception the ACCA is difficult. Yes, all the lecturers, and every one of us will tell you the same. It's not difficult. It's not easy. But as long as you work hard, and you're consistent with your study, then it is achievable. As I mentioned just now in my introduction, Sunway TES CAE has produced 6,663 ACCA graduate. So this shows that it's like it is doable, is achievable. And one important thing also want to highlight is Sunway TES have the 17 years of platinum approved status, and for the past 17 years, the Sunway TES, the pass rate for ACCA examination has surpassed ACCA world pass rate. That means to be able to achieve 7 consecutive years, it's not easy. Every year there are 4 ACCA exams: March, June, September, and December. And Sunway TES student, their pass rate have surpassed the world ACCA pass rate. So this shows that many of Sunway students have done well and performed well in their ACCA exam. So if you join Sunway, and say with a very good team of lecturers like Prof,
Yeah.
they will ensure each and every one of you, achieve your goal and to become an ACCA professional graduates.
I think the students don't have to worry about the lecturers. They are very dedicated. Really, I tell you, really dedicated. Yeah, they are really they help students. Yeah, the only thing the students sometimes for them is too much, but we try to help you. You can manageable, no problem. And I think I'm proud I also have produced prize winners in Sunway.
Congrats, Prof.
Thank you.
Yes, the July intake is the new intake.
Zalifa, why if you can apply in July, why do you have to wait in September then? I think if you qualify, you just apply now rather than postpone, because we don't know the rule will change, Might as well grab the opportunity now.
Correct. So don't have to defer to September, and also the good news is the CAT as equivalent to the pre-U, and the certificate program, effective 1st of July, the CAT students, the new students enrolling for the July intake can come into the campus and to attend the face-to-face teaching by the lecturers. So you don't have to wait until September. This is a full scholarship, more or less, because the full waiver of the by Sunway on all the tuition fees for the 9 papers, and for ACCA similarly, all the professional fees and examination fees for CAT is fully waived. So it's like considered as the full scholarship, yeah, as I mentioned. And moving on, if you're referring to ACCA, well, CAT and ACCA as well, under the Yayasan Peneraju Pendidikan Bumi Putra, the Yayasan, they have the PPMB, but that is basically for Bumi Putra Yang. So if for non-Bumi Putra, then if your results are good, yeah, you can also can basically apply the for the ACCA scholarship. We do have the so-called World Prize and Malaysian Prize winner scholarship. So means that in the CAT program, once you so-called the able to achieve the Malaysian prize winner or world winner, then you will have the continuation scholarship for ACCA. So this is obviously something that you can do and you can work hard. Yeah. So once you're able to achieve it, then the scholarship will actually kind of like continue onto the ACCA side. Will Peneraju open for another scholar application for category A, the PPMA for second intake? No. For Sunway, we have actually started, yeah, group 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7 groups, Yayasan groups in the Sunway campus, and 2 groups at Sunway College Velocity. So 9 groups of students already. And the remaining students for July intake are already approved, and it's really exceeding the number that approved by Yayasan to Sunway. So means that there will be no more opening. The July intake, there's a new July intake for PPMA, but it is the existing scholar that who qualified, yeah, that have not been able to join the so-called the April intake. So effectively, for Sunway side, yeah, we have all the scholar coming in for both the April and then July intake already. The deadline before the commence the intake for the July, so you need to come in, yeah, and register for the July intake, yeah, and with your result you automatically qualify. So the intake date is 13th of July.
So meaning that they can come anytime now, right?
Correct, anytime. Yes, you can apply online. You can apply the scholarship online.
Okay. Wow, a long question. Oh dear. Well, I think as far as CAT is concerned, as Mr. Teo already told us CAT have 9 papers. Basically, these are like diploma papers. They are like diploma because I've taught diploma before, diploma in accountancy, something like diploma papers. But they are, what do you call that? They are marked not by your lecturers. They are marked by ACCA, right? And to pass the 9 papers within 1 year, I think is okay. It's not much, you know. The amount of work you do, the amount of study, not much. Meaning that constant study, come to class, do the assignment, everything. I think shouldn't be any problem with CAT. Yeah, we just I have to share with you my experience before. I have 56 students in my class taking my paper, only one failed, and that student failed because of some other reason. 1 out of 56 is I think is very good. Yeah, the rest all pass. Yeah, so that's my paper. Yeah, so I think if you keep on doing what is asked by your lecturer, prepare everything because the textbook is there, the note is there. You need to come to class, so it shouldn't be any problem. But compare SCCA and CAT, of course, it's a little bit harder. But if you have very good, strong foundation in CAT, shouldn't be a problem in ACCA. That's why, if possible, just don't tell your friend, I just want to pass 50. I think 50 is not good. You should score better than that. So then, when you go to ACCA, your foundation is strong, then you shouldn't be any problem with you. But of course, yeah, you got to study lah. You got to study. You got to. Nothing is easy, right? Even if you were to do degree, diploma also, you still got to study. But down here, the effort is little bit more. And as I told you, if you are a student, it shouldn't be a problem. You can do it. It's a matter of discipline.
Yes, I fully agree with Prof. Yang in terms of the, you need to have a very good foundation in your CAT. So don't take the CAT lightly. Make sure that you have very strong foundation. So once you are able to do well in your CAT and with very strong foundation, then ACCA journey will be easier. Simply because the ACCA, the skill level paper, and also the professional level papers, they are basically the so-called the extension from the CAT. So if your CAT the knowledge is strong, then when you move on to the ACCA skill level, you will be able to cope the ACCA skill level paper very well. And also similarly to the strategic professional level. I just want to give you an example. Like in CAT, you have the FA1 accounting paper, got FA1, FA2, and also FFA. So these 3 paper combined is the accounting paper. And if you're able to do well, score well in FA1, you got 98 marks, and FA2, you got 98 marks, and FFA, you got 95 marks. So means that your foundation for accounting is very, very strong, very good. And when you move on to ACCA skill level, there is a paper called financial reporting. So it's basically the knowledge that you have accumulated in the CAT for the 3 paper, and add on, you will be then moving on to the next higher level, which is financial reporting in the skill level. And if you are strong in your CAT accounting, you will be doing well able to do well in the financial reporting. And after financial reporting, when you move on to the strategic professional level, there's another paper called strategic business reporting, SBR, and that again is accounting related. So if you are very strong in accounting, means that at CAT level, then you progress on to ACCA skill level. That will help. And similarly, you are very strong in the ACCA skill level, that also help in the ACCA strategic professional level. So that is why it is important that at CAT, you need to work hard, make sure that you have a very strong foundation. And as I say, then the journey in the ACCA later on will be a lot easier.
Yeah, just to share that the one that last March, I have a prize winner for my TS paper. I taught her CAT level. FTX paper during the FTX, she scored I think 92. but she didn't get world prize, just 1 mark lower. When come to TX, she's the prize winner. She got 87. So her tag at CAT level 90 plus. When come to ACCA 80 plus. So I believe in that. If you have strong foundation, you can score. Another good example, I have a student who did TX with me. He's a degree background. So he scored my paper 70 plus. When he did his ATX, he scored 60 plus. So I think the foundation must be very strong. Then you will not face any problem.
Do I need to have to be active and have a high marks in curriculum in order to get this? No, this scholarship is purely, as I mentioned earlier, you just need to have your SPM 8A and above. Yeah. So if you've got 8A, 9A, yeah, 10A, then all of you, yeah, qualify to get this scholarship. And there is no, even no assessment, no interview. It's purely based on SPM result.
But not ours. Ours is purely yeah.
Yes, there is a quota for this scholarship, because this quota is set together Sunway and ACCA. Yeah. So there is a quota, correct? So that is why we encourage you to apply for the July intake. Don't wait until September, because by then I have hit the quota already, the maximum number. So if our July intake fulfill, the quota, then obviously there will be no more scholarship. So I encourage all of you to apply for the July intake. Yes, this scholarship covers full exam fees for all the 9 paper, and also all the 9 paper, the tuition fees by Sunway. And also, in addition to the 9 paper in CAT, the exam fees, right? ACCA also extend 6 more paper exam fees in the ACCA school level. So for exam fees, right, it's actually 9 paper in CAT and 6 paper in ACCA. So altogether, it's 15 paper exam fees waiver. Tuition fees, altogether, there are 9 paper tuition fees waiver. Students only need to pay for the so-called resource fee. Resource fees, for the so-called CAT program. And also the so-called the enrollment, the enrollment fees and resource fees,
There's not much compared to the exam fees, right?
Yeah, correct. So there's a big saving,
Yeah. Might as well take the opportunity. Come to study at Sunway is a nice place to study. I like the environment. Yeah.
Correct, It doesn't cover the hostel fees, for the this scholarship. So hostel fees is not covered. But later on, if you apply to the PPAMB under Yayasan for the ACCA skill level, then yes, there will be, the Yayasan scholarship will cover the hostel and also the allowance as well. So this scholarship is purely a waiver of the examination fees and also the tuition fees.
How much?
The resource fees is enrollment fees is 700, and the student resource fees is 1,000 for one semester. So for the CAT is 2 semester, so it's 2,000, yeah, and the enrollment fees is 700. There is
That's
an
all to cover. To
so it's
cover all the
2,700, yeah. There is an additional library deposit, but this is a deposit. So when you complete your this ACCA later, then the deposit will be refunded back to you, the 500. So the enrollment fees is 700, and the student resource fees is per semester is 1,000. So it's 2 semester. So altogether it will be 2,700. Yeah.
I think let me share something about the lecturers, I suppose. So I think that those lecturers teaching CAT, they are very experienced. So what I noticed at Sunway TES, when I joined Sunway TES, most of those young lecturers, I consider young compared to my age, of course, they are the prize winners, meaning that you are having prize winner teaching you. I'm sure they are the best, right? So I really have recommended, confident in the way they teach. They are very committed. So the only part is your part. I think take this opportunity, do CAT at Sunway test. Then after that, you can apply for peneraju scholarship to do ACCA.
How much? This question: how much is the allowance? There is no allowance for this scholarship. The allowance is only later on if you complete your CAT, and when you apply to Yayasan on the PPMB, then there is allowance and hostel. So, but this scholarship, as I say, is only purely the waiver for the examination fees, CAT 9 paper and 6 ACCA papers, and the tuition fees waiver by Sunway for all the 9 papers CAT. Yeah.
Mr. Teo, maybe you can tell them how many students we have in the class, maybe roughly.
For CAT, the student number is about 30 plus. Yeah. So the class size is actually not big. It's quite reasonable. About 30 over students. And then moving on to ACCA, usually the class size is about, for skill level, is about 50, 70, maybe 2 class combined into one. ACCA skill level, they will be more students. Yeah, CAT, we always confine them into a small class, about 30 to 35 students. Yeah, ACCA skill level will be more. But in terms of the the monitoring part, why Sunway students kind of like are able to do well, in the both the CAT exam and also in the ACCA exam, simply because we do kind of like look into and take care of every student. So we have a very robust the internal assessment. We have the progress test. We have the mock exam. Yeah, and what will happen is if the students, so-called weak, in especially in the progress test, the lecturers will kind of like look into the students, yeah, even to the extent of giving the extra coaching to the student to ensure that the students were able to improve and do well later on into the for their mock exam, so in their final exam. Yeah, so we monitor that very closely. Yeah, and we do have the teaching and learning team from the program side, and they will monitor each and every students, and they will work with the lecturers very closely to schedule additional tutorial classes, as additional coaching, yeah, for the weaker student or students who, didn't do well in their progress test, yeah. So by then, that with all these intervention, then students will improve and perform better. And obviously, very important, we also, after the mock exam, there is also additional support given to the students before they actually go into the final exam. Yeah. So all these support is already in the program structure. So it's not an ad hoc. So every group, every students are kind of like being supported. Yeah. So that is why we can achieve a very good pass rate, very high pass rate. Like even for CAT papers, right? We can achieve like 100% passes for every group, every paper. We can do all that simply because we will kind of like support the students, and we'll give them additional the tutorial, yeah, additional coaching. So all these is actually kind of like given to the student before they go into the final exam. So Sunway side, yeah, we make sure that students are well prepared. So if the students are well prepared when they go into the exam, yeah, the final exam, they will definitely able to do well. And that's how when we claim that we can achieve 100% passes, it's because the structure that Sunway have, yeah, to ensure each and every students are being kind of like supported.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. So I really encourage those people come and join us at Sunway. So if you come, you join us, I'll be teaching you the next semester. I'll be one of them. like to see you in my test class. Yeah.
You have to apply to Sunway directly now for the July intake. You have to apply to enroll or to register with Sunway first, yeah. And as I say, with your SPM result, then you automatically qualify for the SunTest ACCA Global Leader Scholarship. So you
May I?
Sunway, yeah, for the July.
May I say something? Maybe the way I read the question asked by Najwa, maybe she did apply maybe she did apply peneraju scholarship. Maybe rejected. So now she's asking how to do it. So now I think Mr. Teo said, you just apply to Sunway TES yourself. Doesn't have to go to peneraju, right?
Correct. Yeah. Apply to Sunway directly.
Yeah. So you are given the maybe better chance now.
Sunway, directly to Sunway website. So you come to the Sunway College, yeah, and then the website will have the all the programs like professional accountancy program. Then you apply through the Sunway website. Or you can come to the Sunway campus, yeah, because now there is no more restriction on the traveling. So if you're even in outpatient, you can also travel and come to Sunway to apply directly. Also, you can come to the Sunway campus, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and see you
Thank you,
in
everybody.
July.
See you in July, yeah.
July, yeah.